Hi, this is Tina with Pretty Presets, and today I'd like to share the summer collection with you. It's one of my favorite collections for both color and black and white edits because I can usually achieve a one-click edit when my images are correctly exposed. For today's lesson, I'm going to use a combination of still life and action photos from a recent weekend with a few pretty members, and I hope you enjoy some of the edits as well as some of the images. For this first image, it's a jar of canned tomatoes that I shot at a local farmer's market. And one of the reasons why I really was drawn to the composition was because I love this beautiful red and kind of gold tone and then the compression behind here. So first what I'm going to do before I select a preset is I'm just going to kind of straighten it up a little bit. I was shooting with my 85 in a cramped space. Yeah, let's give it a little wiggle room there. There we go. Yeah, maybe went too far. There we go. All right, I like that. So what I usually do whenever I select a collection that I'm thinking that I'm going to edit with is I'll just sort of scroll down and see the changes in the navigator. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but you can kind of see how it changes the colors and it gives you an idea of how the edit is going to look. And for this, and this is one of my favorite presets from this collection, I really like Color Rich because it just kind of makes everything so much more intense in a good way. So I really like how, particularly in the background, it's really brought out these beautiful warm tones, which is really nice with the compression. And then I still have some detail in this red and kind of gold tomatoey look. So to me, this just kind of says what a can of tomatoes should look like. It should be very red and very gold. And so that's why I decided to go with it. For my next image, we have Allison shooting some of this beautiful produce. And to me, this is such a classic image of what a photographer looks like when they're intense and they're shooting in any environment with any subject. So I couldn't resist snapping this picture of her. And I think I kind of knew when I took it that I would probably go with Pretty Onyx. And one of the reasons why I like Pretty Onyx is because it has contrast and a lot of drama. So I like how it brings her camera to life and also her sweater. You can see that rich texture. It also kind of eliminates the distractions of being in a farmer's market. She could literally be anywhere. I would leave this as is and print it for her maybe, just because I think it's a great shot. But it could also be cropped. We can play with it and see how it would look to crop. I typically leave my aspect ratio alone and just pull. Well, if I can get it to pull. Okay, why is Lightroom not working for me? Uh-oh, there it goes. And I managed to ding that up. Okay, let's just turn that back to 0 and done and flipped and go as shot. Let's start over. All right, let's pull that down. Actually, I do like that. All right, so we're going to crop this a little bit. And that way it just kind of gets in and you kind of feel the intensity of the situation. I'm a firm believer in black and whites. I once heard an instructor say if color doesn't add anything to the story or to the image, eliminate it and see where you go with the image. And I have learned to embrace this concept. I love how this goes to the emotion of the image. And in this case, it's Allison's concentration. And you can just sort of feel how much she loves photography. All right, so now we have this pretty little still life of this vase, which I absolutely love. I think Baby's Breath is just so beautiful. And so I know definitely I want to do a color preset. I'm actually thinking I might want to put this in my office. And Vintage Kiss. It kind of warms it up a little bit and gives it a little, again, a vintage feel. I hate to be punny since that is the name of the preset. But I do like that it's made the colors pop, but yet it's soft and a little bit on the warm side. This next image is Miss Perla, and she is shooting me, and I was shooting her because that's what photographers do when they're having fun together. And if you'll notice, she's in dappled light, which we all talk about how it's not a good idea to be in dappled light. But since I was actually the real subject, she was doing my headshots for me, I loved how she was positioned and using the tree, and I thought she was such a great example of how to embrace your environment and use it for stability that I couldn't resist this shot of her. And so even with the dappled light, I'm thinking that a black and white preset like Silver Summer would kind of eliminate the distraction of that lighting kind of look right here, although it's clear that she's doing her thing, and I really love that. And again, I'm a huge fan of black and whites. I just think they're so timeless and so classic, so I just wanted to be able to share using them in different ways than just your regular color edits. And then lastly, I have this fountain that's in our town square, and I really love it because I used a really fast shutter speed so that I could get these beautiful little drops of water in detail. And I know I want this in color, and I want it to pop and be really, really pretty. So I'm thinking pretty color because this really kind of, I love how these tones, the blues and the greens and the yellows are, that there's like purple reflected from some light source. I'm not even sure what, but I love how pretty color just kind of brings this to life, and it, even though it's February, it makes it feel like summer. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. These are a few of my favorite presets from the summer collection. If you don't have it, please go get it. You'll enjoy it, I promise. Thanks and have a great day.